Hello, everybody. Matthew. This is going out to all my family, friends, subscribers on YouTube, um, family on Facebook, friends on Instagram. This video is going to go everywhere. It's more of a public service warning announcement. I got scammed pretty hard. I had been about a week and a half ago now. My kitchen sink had plugged up tight, so our part of the country here, which I thought was a local company, and then go to find out it's, I guess, nationwide, because I ended up talking to people in Illinois. So I'm assuming it's nationwide now. I've not really looked into that. So this is going to go out to everybody nationwide. I know I'm going to hit many friends I have in Australia, the UK, various other parts of the world. I'm going to hit you too, which I doubt you're going to have this company. But you may have friends that live here in the US that I'm not in contact with, that you can actually get in contact with and warn them about this company. So we're inundated with these commercials on TV. Like every time you turn TV on, you hear about this ABC plumbing and heating. One call and it's done. I'm probably 1,000 calls into it and it's not done. They advertise, they come out, give you a price before they start the job, and the one price is it. Job's done. The man showed up on time. He made it with no accidents. Didn't wreck his van. Showed up on time. A for effort. He came in, wore his little booties, wore his little mask. Can't fault him there. Came in, looked at the sink. Water was in the sink. Obviously not draining. Gave me a price to rod out the sink. I've never heard of rodding in a sink. I've always heard of a snake in a sink. You know, it's kind of hard to get a rod down a sink, but you can get a snake down a sink. Anyhow, so he tells me it's going to be $439, which is on my paper here, $439. Yeah, right here, and that's what I paid over here. On the right side of the camera, $439. So that you know I'm not lying, and you can see it up here. This is the three whatever is a member price, which I didn't become a member. So I had company coming the next day. No, this was Thursday. I had company coming on a Saturday. Well, they were coming Friday night, staying through Saturday and Sunday. And if you didn't have him do the job, you had to pay the $59 for him to come out. But if you'd done the job, you didn't have to pay that. So I asked him specifically if whatever he ran into on the job was covered in that quote. He assured me everything he had to do, whatever he had to do, was covered under that quote, because obviously he can't see what's entailed because it's just water in the sink. So I gave him permission to go ahead. He spends 3 hours trying to snake the sink. I had already went to Home Depot and bought a rigid power snake that you put a drill on and you can rod it out 25 feet. He comes in with the exact same rigid power snake I had just bought and sitting out in my shed, and puts in 3 hours, well, probably an hour and a half with that one. It didn't work. So he goes back out and gets an industrial machine, which is rigid, but of course I'm not spending that kind of money. And comes back in, has an electric motor, plugged in, all this stuff, and puts in another hour and a half. By that time you would think he'd been smart enough to know that's not going to work. He's kind of like a monkey trying to do a math problem, you know, scratching his head, playing on his phone, and I don't know, probably watching YouTube videos, who knows. So then he goes out and goes around, crawls into my house here behind my shop, or my workbench, crawls into the house, cuts the drain pipe, cuts the drain line, and my sink is right here, and it just runs to the bathroom, which is just on the other side of the wall from the kitchen. I mean, it's just 12 feet. And he comes back out and he says, well, the line is totally plugged. It's got like a sludge in it. And when the snake goes through, when it comes back out, then the sludge just fills back up, so nothing's going through. No way to clean it out. No way to clean it out. So the pipe has to be replaced. And I'm like, okay. So I stand and look at him. And he just stands and looks at me back. I'm like, well, should you be replacing it? And so we stand and look at each other for like a minute and a half. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to say? And so finally he's like, well, I'm going to have to get my book and see what it's going to cost. And I'm like, it don't cost me nothing. You already told me it was, whatever you had to do was in the price. Oh, no. This is a whole separate job. I'm like, no, it's the same job. It's on the same line. The same line's plugged up, and you done cut it. So he ignores me and walks off and goes back to his little truck, gets his book, comes back, and, oh, I forgot to measure it. So he goes and measures it, comes back, well, it's 38 feet of pipe. I'm like, 38 feet? My house is only 55 feet long, and you're halfway through it to the kitchen. So he gets his little book out. Well, it'll be $3,500, $34.88 to be exact. Member price, club price, which I'm not a club member. $34.88. He says, but I'm only going to charge you for 30 feet of pipe. Generous of him. If you go ahead and do it today, then I'll take off the $500, the $439 that you owe me for this. I'll just pick that off. In other words, included in this. And we'll forget that. So it will still be the $34.88. He's just adding this into that. Whatever. So I was like, there's no way I'm paying $3,400. I might as well say $3,500 for a little piece of pipe. There's nothing connected into it. It's just one straight run of pipe. No joints coming out. It runs from the kitchen sink to where all the Y's are under the toilet in the spare bathroom. Everything joins in right there. Not gonna do it. It ain't happening. So, alright. I end up having to pay. I still have to pay him the $439, so I pay him the $439. I pay him. He says, well, okay. He said, well, with the air getting to the stuff in the line, he said, it's going to dry out like concrete, and you're going to have to replace the line anyway. He said, because once it dries up, there's no way you're ever going to clean it out. And he says, you're going to be calling me back to clean it out anyway. Gets in his truck, leaves. My line under the house is still cut. He left it. I'm 400 pounds. My house is like that far off the ground. It doesn't compute. I'm not getting under there to put that line back together. Furious. So my wife is talking to her twin sister, which lives like a block away, and her husband was hearing the conversation, and I didn't even think about asking him. He's a fantastic guy, but he's not the type of guy I would think of asking to crawl in the house work on plumbing. He's a computer guy. He's great at computers. Had no idea in his past life somewhere he had done plumbing. Had anything to do with plumbing. He calls me and says, why didn't you ask me about it? Like, never even thought about you. Well, I'll come over tomorrow and we'll do it. We'll fix it. Fantastic. I said, but I wouldn't ask you to do it. He said, well, I'll crawl into your house. I said, why? So I wouldn't crawl into yours. I wouldn't ask you to. Well, if you had, you'd have to jack it up about 10 feet from where you get under there. But I'm not going. So he comes over the next day and he says, well, I had a thought. He said, something I'd done before. So we went to Home Depot and they make this little, looks like a little, well, I won't tell you what it looks like, but it's a little black rubber thing about that long with little ribs on it. And there's a little hole right in the end of it. You hook that, it costs me like $12 or something like that. And you hook a water hose to the end of it. And I stuck it right down the pipe, right under the kitchen sink where this guy worked for 3 or 4 hours. Hooked it up where my washing machine was, and turned the water on full blast. Well, that rubber thing swells up and blocks the opening, so nothing can come out. So you have full city water pressure going down that pipe. We ran after about 4 minutes. There was a pile of stuff come out of that line. Must have been 1.5 feet, 2 foot diameter, 1 foot tall. Just gushed out of that line. Blowed that thing out just as empty as empty. And so then we took a collar. He took a collar, put it back together, which we wouldn't even have to have done if the guy hadn't cut the line. Put it back together. Sink's free and clear. Now I've been dealing with these people for the past week and a half trying to get my money back, because what he done was just fraud. He shouldn't even left the line. Because he didn't cut the line, should have left the line. I finally got him the end of last week. Today's Wednesday. This is the 31st. It's whatever day the 31st is. Of March. January, February, March. March 31st. I'm sitting looking at the computer trying to figure out what. So, it was Thursday. What was I talking about? No, it was the end of last week. I finally got them to say they would take $100 off of the 400 something. Basically give me $100 back. And I told them, no, I want it all back. So they were actually taking blame for what they had done. But they didn't want to give me all my money back. So I tried to look them up on Better Business Bureau. They're not part of it. I went through, they have an actual search on Better Business Bureau where you can search businesses that are part of it and aren't part of it. So any business around within 100, 200 miles of you that is listed as a plumber, whatever, is on there, whether it's part of the BBB or not, they're not even on there. They're not even listed as a business in our area. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But, so that's my story. I have the documentation. So if you decide to call these people, be very, very aware. I recommend you not. I've filled out a form. I'm waiting for a call back from the News Channel 8 station here in Tampa, where they have what they call 8 on your side. I've already done that, so they should be hopefully call me back, and then they will get a hold of the company and do a story and try and give them money back, do all that sort of thing, provided they take my claim or case or story or whatever you want to call it. I know this is a long video for people to watch, but hopefully you'll watch it, take the warning. Just try and give everybody a heads up about this. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate it, and hopefully it helps somebody out. If I can keep one person from getting scammed by this, well, it'll be worth it. I mean, the $500 not gonna make me or break me. It's just the fact that they've done that, and that's what it's all about. So everybody take care. Love you. God bless. And bye-bye.